Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have got another haul for you guys. This is not a MAC haul, however, like a lot of my other hauls are. This is a Sephora haul because I finally broke down and went into my local Sephora and did some damage to my bank account. It was just like a kid in a candy store. Once I got in there, I didn't know where to look. I didn't know where to start. I was hitting all the different brands of products, and I came out with a lot less than I had intended on picking up, a lot more than I intended on picking up, but a lot less than what I actually wanted to get, because I could have easily spent probably a couple $1,000s, and they're just going nuts, but I reined it in and didn't spend anywhere near that much, but I did still pick up a lot of different stuff. Before I get into this, let me have like 2 minutes just to gripe about Sephora. I went in, I don't remember what day, but I had been doing some running around that day. If you guys see also that I have this, it's because I just finished a swatch video and filmed some stuff, so I don't have like a rash on my hand. I just can get all of the product off. But yeah, so I went in there, and honestly, I didn't have my makeup done. I had gone tanning, I think, that day, and had just been running around and didn't have time, and knew that I needed to shower before I went out that night, so it wasn't as important for me to go in with a full face of makeup. And I walked into the store, and a couple of the girls kind of greeted me and said like, hey, how are you? You know, how's it going? Whatever. And one girl offered if I needed a bag to carry all my stuff, because she could see that I was literally like overloaded with everything. But other than that, genuinely, the girls were all standing in little clusters talking to each other. Even when I was trying to check out, there was, I'll say one girl, but we'll say two girls at the cash register. But one girl was being trained by a manager on how to cash people out. And then I looked, and there's about 5 or 6 girls all standing together near all of the hair products, just chatting away with each other, completely ignoring customers, you know, completely ignoring the fact that there was quite a lineup. I think there was about 3 or 4 people in front of me and 2 people behind me. You know, there was a long line at the checkout. Even when I needed help with some of the products, like I wanted to ask them questions, I had to physically take the product, swatch it on my arm, or take it from where its display was and go to the girl and say, listen, which one is better for me? And then you know, this or that. And it's like, I have never had that problem when I've gone into a MAC. Every time I've ever stepped foot in one, they're super happy and they want to come and help me. And I mean, maybe it's because I'm friends with them all, but I don't know. It just was really disappointing to me. So I think that in the future, I will keep buying from Sephora, but maybe I'll just do Sephora online. Because of the 10 girls or so that were working, I would say only one of them was actually really helpful to me, and that was the girl that checked me out of the store. That's my gripe about that. Having said that, I am really happy with pretty much everything that I picked up. I have been using it all like crazy. There's nothing that I would say I regret getting at all. So I'm going to stop rambling now and get into the makeup part of this video. So the first thing that I picked up, and this is the thing that I needed help picking out my shade, was the Mercier Candleglow Sheer Perfecting Powder, and I am in shade 2. See, I didn't know if I was in shade 1, 2, or 3, because, you know, 1 was a little bit fair for me, and I am tanned right now, so I didn't know, and 3 was a little bit too dark for how tanned I was. So this is the one I ended up with. I think it is the right one. Like, ultimately, she was very helpful in getting me this one. I'm trying to swatch it for you guys. It doesn't really swatch because it is just like a sheer powder that I kind of use just to set some of my makeup with. Although I can't believe it's not swatching at all, because it does. Okay, there we go. I just had to like really press. So that's it right there. That's the shade that I picked. I use this quite similarly to how I use my, what is this called? My Medium Plus Mineralized Skin Finish from MAC. It's a very similar product, although I must say the MAC one, this one is darker because of when I picked it up, but the MAC one, to be honest, is softer. It does go on a little bit easier. You guys saw that I didn't have to work for it so hard. But they are a little bit different in tone, so when I'm a little more tan, I'm using this one. When I'm less so, I've been using this one. But I really, really like this. It is super lightweight and sheer and just gives a little bit of glow to the skin. I like to use it after I put on my tinted BB cream just to kind of set that in place before I move on with some of my other makeup. It's been working out really well for me. I also love how big, like, sorry, you're going to see me filming, but how big the mirror is, I really like. I really appreciate that in a compact. So that's the first thing I picked up, and I'm really, really happy about this. I've been using this almost every day. Pretty much any day that I wear my tinted BB cream moisturizers, I've been using this to kind of set it into place. Today I did not because, like I said, I had to work this morning. I've already worked, and I actually have to go back to work in a couple hours, but when I was like getting up to go to work, I was just so tired that I did that thing where you keep hitting the snooze button. You're like, no, I'll have time, I'll have time, I'll have time. Then all of a sudden I didn't have time. So I really chinsed out on my makeup today and did the bare minimum. You guys can probably tell. So I didn't really use this today, but I have been using this the majority of days. The next thing that I picked up, and I am so late to this party, like, and I know a lot of people say that, and they're like a couple months late or something. I'm talking years and years and years that I have gone without this item, and I am so happy I got it. I'll just show you. How long has this been out for? How long have I been missing this? I finally got the Urban Decay Naked Palette. I did pick up the original. I was like deciding if I wanted this one or the Naked 2. And I just sort of said, you know what, if you really want the Naked 2, you can go back later, see how this one is. It was the original. It was what was meant for everybody to start. And I have been loving this so far. I've used it for a couple weeks now, and it is, you guys all know, I don't need to rant and rave about this because it's such an old palette that everybody has, except for me. So you guys all know how good it is. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I love the shimmers. They're super pigmented. I'll swatch it for you guys, even though you don't really need to see. Let's swatch. Half Baked, probably the prettiest one. Toasted. Smog I've been using quite a bit. And we'll do Gunmetal because it's probably my favorite color in there. So there's the, oh, I guess I could swatch something on that finger too. Let's do Naked because it's one of the matte ones. So those are the 5 there. Can you see? La, 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 la. So this is Naked. This is Half Baked. What's this one? Toasted. 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 That was a little flaky. Smog. Like I can't even remember. Smog. And this one is Gunmetal. Absolutely beautiful. Like I said, you guys don't need me to rant and rave about this. Most of you guys already have this. Or the Naked 2 or the Naked 3. I was so set in my ways with my MAC, and I'm so glad I started this YouTube channel, if for nothing more than to expand my makeup horizons. I love this. I don't know why too, but for some reason, because the other ones are all like metallic, or not metallic, they are like tin metal cases. I thought this one was too, but it's not. It's like this velvety one. I really like it, and of course it came with like the double-ended brush, which is nice. So that is a new favorite of mine. It has quickly taken the place of a couple of my MAC palettes. Sorry, I'm just trying to wipe this off and give myself some fresh skin to swatch on. But yeah, so super late to that party, but super happy to have this now. The next thing I have mentioned before, I mentioned this in my favorites video, and that is the Benefit Sunbeam Highlighter. It is a liquid highlighter. It comes in what looks like a nail polish bottle. Again, I don't think these are new. There are 2. There's this one, which is like this goldeny, bronzy one, hence the name Sunbeam. And there's another one called High Beam, which is more of like a pinky one. I mentioned it that I picked this one just because, you know, coming into the summer months, and I do have a tan right now. I know it doesn't look like it. This, considered a tan for me. Because I have a tan right now, I just thought that it would be a little bit nicer to have for the summertime. Maybe I will pick up the High Beam one eventually. I do really like this one, so I could see myself also really liking that one. But just absolutely stunning, super easy to blend out, really gives you that great sun-kissed glow that you're looking for, if you're looking for it. The next things that I picked up, I got 2 of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors. I mentioned one in my Jam Beauty Made Me Buy It video, and that is the one in Opal, which I can't open. Where's the top? There we go. I'm trying to open it from like the hinge side. That's not going to work. So that is that one there. I picked up a lot of highlighters. I'm looking right now. A lot of highlighters when I did this. But this is just, they're so soft. It's just this beautiful, beautiful, like light kind of goldeny champagne-y color. Absolutely stunning. I don't know how it would work for someone who is a bit more of a dark skin complexion, but for someone who's fair like me, it is beautiful. It gives me just the right pop of a highlight. Absolutely gorgeous. And the other one I picked up, how could I not? I picked up the Champagne Pop, which is the collab with Jaclyn Hill. How could I not? I was getting these and I looked at it and I was like, I wonder what the fuss is about. Now I know. So I picked up Champagne Pop. And this is just another absolutely stunning highlight. And I'll put it there. So you can see that that one is a little bit more like white gold than this one, which, I mean, maybe on my hand it looks almost like a little rose goldy, but it certainly doesn't in the packaging. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous. If you haven't tried this out, definitely recommend it. Again, I'm late to the party. Everybody already has this. But if you don't have it, if you're like me, go to your Sephora and swatch it on your arm. And maybe the girls there will be nicer to you than they were to me. Bitter much? Me? Yes. The next thing that I've got is, it was kind of like a freebie that I got when I ordered from Tarte. I know that this doesn't technically count as like a Sephora thing because I didn't get it at Sephora, but since you can get these items there, I wanted to throw it in here anyways just so you guys could see it. And that is the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Highlight in Stunner. So that's what that looks like there. It smells like vanilla, which is quite soothing, I must say. I really like that. Another super soft one looks like that. Kind of similar. I don't know. They're like, for how similar these, I'm going to show you. For how similar these kind of all look when they go on my finger and maybe in the packaging a little bit. Like, they are all quite different when you actually swatch them. Those are the 3 there. Could I have gotten away with only one of them? Probably. Am I happy that I own all 3? Definitely. So yeah, I got this as a freebie, as one of my like free sample products when you pick up something from Tarte online, and I love it. If I run out of that, I might end up picking up the full size, but with all the highlighters I have, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Again, another thing, and this is how I got that free sample, is because I placed an order, sorry, my feet are falling asleep, to Tarte online, and I mentioned these in my favorites video, and they are the Tarte Twinkle Stix. I don't know if they're available in Sephora yet. When I picked them up, they were not, but I'm sure that they will be very, very soon because all of Tarte stuff ends up in Sephora eventually, as far as I know. So these are just these highlighters in stick form. This one is in Skylight. It's more of like a white color. This one is in Spotlight. It's a little bit more of like a peachy kind of a tone. I will swatch them right here. So that is Spotlight and Skylight. I have been really, really into like cream and liquid highlighters lately. I really like to put them on and then maybe take a powder highlighter and kind of dust it on over top just for that extra bit of like bam in your face highlight. Loving these. They blend so nice. I have Spotlight on my cheeks today and on my nosy. I have been obsessed with these since I got them. I tend to wear one of these 3 every day, or my MAC Luster Drops in Pink Rebel every day, and then I pack on some sort of like a powder highlight after. Today I didn't. This is standing alone today, and I love it. So keep your eyes out for those if you get a chance. If I had to pick one over the other, I would definitely say Spotlight, just because it is a little bit more natural looking, but I mean, that is beautiful as well, and I will definitely get use out of it because I am a highlighting fiend. The last Tarte product that I picked up, I've mentioned a couple times as well, and that is the Shape Tape Concealer. I am in the shade Light. If you guys saw my what month are we in? My March favorites video. I mentioned that I found my correct shade by using Foundation online. It is an online website that you can match to new foundations and concealers based on your existing ones that you know that you already match with, and it worked perfectly for me. So that is it there. I love the applicator. I'll show you the shade. That's my shade there, light. You guys can see. It is a little bit lighter than like my hand is, of course, but for under the eyes, which is where I conceal the most, I don't mind having a bit of a brighter kind of color. It does brighten up the under eye quite a bit before I then sort of set it with powder and then put bronzer over top of my entire face. So another one that I love, this is pretty full coverage, I would say. I'm not big into concealing because I've mentioned a couple times I don't really have a lot to, like, this sounds really like, I don't have a lot to conceal, but I am very fortunate. I don't get a lot of blemishes or, you know, breakouts or anything like that. I don't sleep, though. I feel like I'm like a robot. I don't sleep normal hours, so I do always have serious bags under my eyes and dark circles. So I use that for that, and it has been working really great so far. The next two things I picked up were both from NARS. The first one is something that I feel like everybody talks about this, and again, I didn't know what I was missing until I went to Sephora and swatched it for myself, and that is the blush in Orgasm. It's like a shimmery, I love shimmery blushes, I've mentioned it a few times, and it's like the shimmery, like pinky, kind of peachy kind of color. And I'm running out of arm space, I'll put it here. Absolutely stunning. I'm wearing it today. Really sheer, really great, especially I think for fair skin. It gives you that perfect amount of blushing. Like if you're looking for like a natural like blush kind of a look, I absolutely love this. I didn't know that I would so much. There was another one that I feel like was like Orgasm 2 that I was looking at, and it was like really shiny and like glittery, which might have been too much for me, but I don't know, I might go back and get that one too. I have a problem. Self-control. I need self-control. But really like this. I must say though, I'm not a fan of the matte packaging because it does get really dirty really easy. It literally marks up with everything, and that is kind of annoying me. I didn't think it would. I didn't think I was one of those people that needed to keep their makeup packaging pristine. Evidently I am. Evidently that is the good thing about MAC having that like shiny black plastic, is that it doesn't get dirty that easily. The other NARS product I picked up is their dual intensity blush in Jubilation. Now it says blush, but I don't know. To me, these look kind of more like highlighters. What do you think? I think they're more like highlighters than blush. So you get like this goldeny one and this more peachy one. Super pretty. I told you, I went highlighter crazy, you guys. I'm running out of room on my arm. Okay, there's 1, 2. Absolutely stunning, really highly pigmented. You know, this one, again, a more natural one, at least for my skin tone. The gold one give you a little bit more pop. They are very soft, very pigmented, last a really long time, just like that blush does. They are all very long wearing. For my intro into NARS, I don't think I could have made better picks. I'm getting so much use out of these, the blush especially. The highlighter maybe a little less just because I did go a little highlighter crazy. But again, I do keep reaching for this as well, and I am loving this. Okay, we're almost to the end of this haul. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. I've only got a few more things I gotta show you guys. No more highlighters, I promise. So the first thing we'll get into and out of really quickly, and it's dirty, so I apologize. I finally picked up a real beauty blender. This is the original beauty blender. It is dirty because I used it this morning on my face. It is literally still a little bit damp. I had been using a Quo makeup sponge that I picked up at the drugstore for $8. The price really hurts me on this. Like, $25 for literally a sponge. It seems ridiculous, but honestly, the results, you know, I get why they're charging so much. As much as like my Quo sponge was doing really well, it did start to split on me a lot. I'm hoping that this one does not do the same, but I do like that it is a little bit more taper. Oh, I say that, and I'm pretty sure I just saw a split. Yeah, look at that. I already split it. Maybe I'm too rough with them. Whatever. It's not a big deal, but I like that it is a little bit more tapered. It is easier to get into the inner corners of my eyes to put on my concealer. I am really happy I picked this up. My next one, I know that somebody mentioned I should try the Real Techniques one, but we'll see. I might just keep getting beauty blenders, and I didn't know which color to pick up. I didn't know if there was like, if the color made a difference in the sponge itself, in its firmness, and its size, or anything like that. So I went with the original just to see what all the fuss was about, and I see what the fuss was about. I'm really happy I finally picked one up. I have been using this every single day, and it's kind of like, I don't know how I lived without it for so long. Like a lot of these things. I don't know, like the older things, like the Naked palette. How did I live without this for so long? Where was I? Was I under a rock? I don't know. The last two things I have to show you guys are both eyeshadow palettes. The first one I mentioned in a previous video, so I'm going to kind of like glaze over it really quickly, and that is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Again, I did not get this in my Sephora because they were sold out, but I would have had they had it, which is why I'm including it in this video. It is absolutely beautiful. It has 18 shades, it smells like peaches. Gives you a really good variety of colors from the neutrals all the way to your pops of color and everything in between. It is fantastic. They blend so well. They last a really long time. And honestly, like, some of the colors look like they maybe don't have a place in here, but I kind of like that in a palette. I like a palette that's not afraid to go a little bit outside the box and be like, we'll give you all these neutral shades so you can do your typical look, but here's all these pops, because I love to add a pop of color into my looks all the time. So it is nice to have those neutral shades and to have a neutral palette where everything looks like it's a coordinating color and goes with each other, but to add a little bit of like pep and pizzazz into a palette, I really like. Obsessed with this. Haven't used this quite as much as this, but I'm really happy with my palette choices. If you guys know of any other like high-end palettes, low-end palettes, whatever that you guys think I should get, let me know down below, because I have like, this just opened a floodgate and all I want to do now is play with eyeshadow, which is pretty sad for me to say because I literally have none on today. I'm only wearing my MAC Paint Pot in Indian Wood because I was running late this morning and didn't have time. The last thing that I picked up was one of the Smashbox Cover Shot palettes, and I picked up the Metallic Eye palette. This is what it looks like also. How cool is that? So cool. I'm pretty sure there was 5 of them. I don't really remember, but this is the one that spoke to me the most. It's got a nice variety of like, now they are all, because it is a metallic palette, they are all shimmery shades. There's no matte colors in here, but like I said, I don't really mind that, because even if I really needed a matte color to complete a look that I was doing with this palette, I have so many MAC shadows, and now I have so many palettes and stuff like that. I don't think I'm ever really going to have to look very far to find the perfect matte color to kind of mix into all of this stuff. So I will just show you some of the colors. They are really soft, very pigmented. There's 4 of them right there. We'll go this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Absolutely stunning. I actually really like those 3 together for a look. Maybe I will try that. Absolutely stunning. The fallout actually isn't that bad, but I genuinely tend to put my eye makeup on before I do the rest of my face just to, you know, save myself from risking getting fallout into my makeup. But I wish I could remember how much this was. I will link it down below, but I'm pretty sure it was definitely less expensive than like these palettes, and it is a little smaller, so maybe if you like travel a lot or you want to throw this in your purse or in a makeup bag that you keep with you at all times, I kind of like the size because it makes it really easy to do that. So that is everything that I got at Sephora. I will definitely be buying more from Sephora, I have to say. I'm really happy with everything that I picked up. If you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. If you guys want to see more hauls, let me know. I've got tons more to show you guys, and thanks for watching. Bye.